Why are people that do not live in Chicago, don't live in Illinois, half of them don't even live in the Midwest, always in Chicago's business?
Because they have been programmed their entire life to think that Chicago is emblematic of all of the problems with this country. It's liberal. It has a very large black population. And it has been used as an example for decades upon decades now as integration failing, as an example of liberal policies failing, and as an example of black violence running amok. They've been using this since the Jim Crow days, since before the Jim Crow days. Look what's going on up in the streets of Harlem. Look what's going on in the streets of Watts. Look what's going on in the streets of Chicago. It's a way to scare white folk into believing that black folk are all just violent. And if you live anywhere near those black folk, without them being kept down, those black folk are going to come get you. They're going to steal your car, rob your house, do bad things to your wife. But like you aptly pointed out, none of them are from Chicago. Most of them don't live in Illinois, and hell, over half of them don't even live in the Midwest, because it's all programming. I know people that have never even come close to the city of Chicago tell me how horrible the city of Chicago is. To which I always reply, well, have you ever been to the city of Chicago? I would never. So you're too afraid to even go check it out for yourself? Man, my daughter goes to school at UIC. You telling me that she's manlier than you are? But that's why. That's why they're always in Chicago's business. Because it's programming. They have been taught, without even experiencing it for themselves, that if you step off the bus in Chicago, you're going to get shot, you're going to get robbed, you're going to get mugged. And oddly enough, when you take a look at the people who are always in Chicago's business, it's almost always the racists, right? Almost universally across the board. And why are people able to continue to be racist in 2026? Because they're programmed to believe that those people are bad. You're better than those people. I know I was one of those people. I was taught my whole life, you're better. Why am I better? You're a white man. Okay? And they look at Chicago and they go, look at all of those black people running around with all that freedom. And so it's constantly used as an example. And the really fucked up part about it is that the people who think that about the city of Chicago follow people who love the city of Chicago. Charlie Kirk loved the city of Chicago. Loved it. Hung out at Wrigley Field all the time. Nick Fuentes is from Berwyn, Illinois, right outside the city of Chicago. Donald Trump has a hotel right along the Chicago River. They're not smart enough to think for themselves. Therefore, they're easily programmable. Hence the reason why they're racist to begin with. A lack of critical thinking.